everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I will be reviewing Mika Nakashima's second cover album, Roots, Piano and Voice. Before we get started, I want to remind you that this is simply my opinion on the mini album, and if you enjoyed this review, subscribe to the channel for more. Now here comes a cover album that flew under my radar pretty hard. Remembering how disappointing her last original album was, to say that I wasn't excited for this new release is quite an understatement. But I finally decided to take the time to listen to this cover album, and here's what I think of it. First of all, this cover album has a clear theme, which is that the piano is the central element to these songs. That's why it's mostly ballads, but that allows Mika to bring a more organic element to this work, and I have to say, as always, it's incredibly pleasant to hear actual instruments, and I was glad that it wasn't just the piano in the end, and they give such authenticity to these covers. That's definitely one of the biggest strengths of this cover album. Another strength is how good Mika sounds. I was genuinely surprised by how lovely and well-rested the voice sounded throughout the entire album. She has come a long way after her health issues a few years ago, and it's always great to hear the progress she's making. She does struggle a bit on songs that demand a bit more energy or a lot more voice power, but thankfully this one is 99% full of ballads, so it's more than fine. Mika and her team seem to know that going beyond 8 songs would make the cover album a bore, and even so I still find myself wondering why this cover album happened in the first place. It feels like an out of left field one that doesn't really do much except remind us that after the fiasco that was tough, Mika somehow still music out. I think hardcore fans might find a solace in it, but I wonder about casual listeners, as I find myself waiting for it to end from the moment it started. That's not saying the songs are not good, but the selection unfortunately didn't do much to me. Maybe it's the fact that I am not part of Japan and none of these songs were known to me. And you might actually, covers like these would make me want to check out the originals. But unfortunately I found myself feeling pretty uninterested in the content, as this cover album consciously offers ballads, which I personally had enough with Mika for a while. But you can't blame Mika for trying her best to make this cover album relevant, because she definitely does. You can feel the passion, and as a one-time thing, this cover album is alright. It's far away from really fulfilling its purpose as a cover album, but it does present well-tailored covers that suit Mika quite well. Even if the selection of songs to cover can be quite obscure for listeners outside of Japan. Even with well-crafted covers, it still feels like there isn't quite a good argument to make as to why it exists in the first place, and it doesn't really expand Mika's discography in a way that makes me wish for more releases of the same type. And that is why I give this cover album 2.5 stars. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to tell me what you think of this cover album down below, and I'll see you next time.